What's up, Bills Mafia? So what did we learn from the Bills thrashing of the Cowboys this past Sunday? Well, what we learned is the Buffalo Bills are one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
This is VZ Music.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell because I always forget to tell you, and I always forget to tell you that we now have merchandise available for sale. We got shirts and hoodies, and the link is in the description, and they're quality shirts, quality hoodies from Bonfire. There is right now 3 designs that you could choose from, and I will be actually creating designs every 30 days. So I'm going to refresh the designs and sell shirts and hoodies. Every 30 days will be a new design for you guys to choose from. So click that link if you are interested in any Mafia Sports Report merchandise. Also, if you want to become a member of the Mafia Sports Report, it's $4.99 a month, and you get exclusive videos that are just for members only. I usually put out 1 to 2 videos a week. Also, there's going to be videos that are made to the public, but members get to see them a day early. So that's also a perk of becoming a member of the Mafia Sports Report, and that join link is in the description as well. And you're also helping support the channel, and of course, it's greatly appreciated from us. So without further ado, let's get this thing going. Once again, shout out to Bills Wire for creating this article. All right, here we go. What we learned. Cook can let it rip. The Bills' rushing attack led the offense against the Cowboys. Specifically, James Cook had 179 yards on the ground and 221 total. As a team, Buffalo had 351. Cook added 2 total touchdowns as well. Naturally, the offensive line did deserves plenty of credit too. They dominated. Specifically, Pro Football Focus credited tackle Spencer Brown with the top run block grade in the entire NFL in Week 15. We don't see rushing attacks like this one from the Bills very often. I agree. I did not see that coming. I got to be real with you. If you were to tell me Josh Allen would have less than 100 yards in a game and we won by a lot, I would say you're smoking, right? Like you're on drugs. But no, this is a new offense with a new coordinator in Joe Brady, who trusts in our offensive line, who trusts in our running backs, James Cook specifically, and you saw the damage against the Cowboys. I love the fact that he stuck with it. He didn't go away from it, and that's what prior offensive coordinators would do, because we've had games in the past where Singletary was running good, right, or James Cook, whatever, and they would just go away from the run, completely go away from it, and we were like, what the fuck happened? Well, guess what? Didn't happen under Joe Brady's watch. Joe Brady said it's working. Josh Allen, we're not going to need you this game, bud. Right? We have a Superman right now available to us, right? And we actually used your cape. I loaned it to James Cook on this one, man, and I'm going to let him run the offense. So that's exactly what he did. And then obviously give credit to the offensive line as well. You have to. They did a tremendous job. Spencer Brown, once again, a player that I've talked about over the last 2 years to Bills Mafia. Told you guys, give this dude a break. He's gone through a lot. He was a guy that was a project player from the beginning to start with. A guy with a major back injury, had back surgery, didn't really get the opportunity to work with Cromer one-on-one in the offseason in 2022. Had no training camp in 2022, no preseason. And you saw the results in 2022. Not very good. And I told you guys, he's healthy coming into 2023. He had that one-on-one with Cromer, which, by the way, Cromer, and I told you guys, he is one of the better offensive line coaches in the NFL. He was one of the best, actually, for a while with the Saints. And I knew once he got his offensive line, a younger offensive line that Bean would get for him, which we did in 2023, that Cromer could now work with these guys one-on-one and get them the way he wants them, right, to play. And Spencer Brown, it's showing you right now that what he's done in the NFL. He's one of the better right tackles in the NFL. That's crazy to say, but it's true. He's our most improved player by far. There's nobody right now on our team that I can tell you who's playing better from last year to this year than Spencer Brown. So got to give credit also to the rest of the offensive line. Connor McGovern, Deion Dawkins, Mitch Morse, right? Osiris Torrance, another guy who I told you guys from day one. I told you guys actually before we even drafted him, I was making videos on why we should draft Osiris Torrance, because he is that dude and he's only going to get better. Listen, what we're seeing right now isn't even the best of Osiris Torrance. Wait till he's like 2 or 3 seasons in. He's going to be a dominant right guard in the NFL. He earned this. He earned that job week 1. He hasn't lost it. By the way, we are now going into week 16, right? Week 16 with the same offensive line since week 1. Crazy. Once again, I am the only fucking channel talking about this. The only channel. Because it's unbelievable. When is the last time you can recall an offensive line for the Buffalo Bills being the same week 1 through week 16? Knock on wood that there's no injuries. Knock on wood, because we need these guys healthy. But my God, even the reserves, even the guys like David Edwards have played good, right? Ryan Bates, this is the best offensive line I've seen us have in a long time. So credit to them. Credit to them. Now, their pass protection, still shaky sometimes. That does need to get better. And I think they understand that. But run blocking is, my God, night and day. They're almost complete. If they can get that pass blocking down a little bit better, this is going to be one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. They just got to work on that pass blocking. That's all. All right, next up. All right. Who needs Josh anyway? Bills quarterback Josh Allen did not surpass 100 yards passing in a game. His team won by more than 20 points. We don't need to mention how little his receivers, even Stephon Diggs, played a part with a total like that. Of course, we're kidding with the headline. The team needs Allen and Diggs. But just looking at the box score, who would have expected this final score and stat line for Allen to be side by side? Yeah, that's what, like I told you guys. If you were to tell me Allen were to have less than 100 yards, our receivers, only one receiver would have a catch, which was Stephon Diggs. He had 4. Everyone else had 0. That's including the tight ends. No catches, except for Stephon Diggs with 4. That's a lot of drop passes from all of Diggs had drop passes. Kincaid, right? Unacceptable. But we didn't need him this game. We didn't need Allen this game. But we're going to need them moving forward. They got to start playing better. We lead the league in drop percentage. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And we've led, by the way, I think we've been top 5 in drop percentage through the past 2 or 3 seasons. Unacceptable. Guys got to do better at catching the ball. You cannot keep dropping ball. They're drive killers, right? Got to do better than that. Also, separation. Gabe Davis, my God, come back to the ball. Make a play on the ball. track the ball better. It's just like, I don't know what's going on with Gabe Davis this year. I got to be honest with you. He's on a contract year. You would think that he would play better. Like most people on contract years, players, they usually play better. They usually step up. I mean, look at AJ Epinesa. He's on a contract year. He's earning whatever he gets out there next year. He's letting the rest of the NFL GMs know, look at my film. This is what I did. This is who I am. Gabe Davis ain't doing that. Gabe Davis is showing the total opposite. Here's what I am. I'm bad at I'm not the best route runner. I don't get separated much. I'm bad at tracking the ball. I don't make an effort on catching the ball when it's a 50-50 ball. Like, I'm telling you guys, I've seen better from Gabe Davis. I've seen way better. And it's disappointing. Now, maybe, hopefully, when the playoffs hit, we get playoff Gabe back. Because Gabe Davis in the playoffs has been really, really good. Right? So maybe that's what he is. That's who he is. I don't know. But we need these receivers and tight ends to step up, stop dropping passes, get better separation, because we will need you. It's not going to always be like this. So, all right, moving forward. All right. Oh, by the way, it was the first time in 84 starts, because I missed this part. First time in 84 starts, Allen threw for less than 100 yards in a game. Crazy, right? I was going to say, I don't recall ever a game where Allen was under 100 yards. That's wild. All right, defense could shut down anybody. As noted, the Cowboys' offense has been hot, well beyond the last 5 games, too. Dallas has averaged 32.4 points per game heading into last weekend. That has dropped off. And Sean McDermott's unit should believe they could stop anybody now. I agree. Listen, I've never said that this defense was bad, that this defense couldn't stop anyone. The problem with this defense, really, for the longest time now, is closing the show, or in big moments, closing the show, right? Stepping up and making a big play when needed. Most of the time, this defense is really good through 3.5 quarters. And then in crunch time, for some reason, Sean McDermott plays a little conservative and he starts to play the soft zone. And the defense just, I don't know if the confidence isn't there, or I don't know. There's a lot of mistakes being made, and they let teams drive right down on them and ultimately score a touchdown to win the game or a field goal. It just, and I got to say, this is what we want to see more often. A defense that's complete. Quarters 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And we know they could do it, and we understand, too. We're realists. We get that no Trey White, right? Trey White's injured. We get that Matt Milano's not there. We get that Daquan Jones isn't there. We have some key injuries, no doubt about it. But we have depth, and you're seeing that. You're seeing guys step in and do a good enough job to get this team a win. But it also we need that 4 quarters. We need that every single quarter. Because not every game is going to be a blowout either, right? Not every game is going to be a 31-10 game. So, I want to see what this defense can do, in situations where we need them the most. And I kind of felt they did their job against KC. Now, they gave up the play to Kelsey, but we got kind of lucky there, obviously, off sides. But KC, let's be real. They still had opportunities. They still had 2 more downs to go. Buffalo still could have shit the bed, right? Buffalo's defense still could have, not been so aggressive like they normally are. Playing soft zone, giving up such wide open receivers, such a cushion. And they didn't. They were aggressive. And that's what I want to see from this defense moving forward. Aggressive style defense. Get in the face of the quarterback. I'd rather lose by this defense playing aggressive than lose because the defense was playing soft. I don't care. At least I'll say, hey, you know what? We did all we can. We were right in the face of the quarterback. He made a tremendous play. It is what it is, right? Rather than playing soft zone and just sitting back and letting quarterbacks pick us apart because receivers are wide open. So I like that, and let's keep that aggressiveness going moving forward. All right, next up, stayed alive, but need to keep swimming. The playoff push rolls on for the Bills, and the most difficult portion is in the rearview mirror. With 3 games remaining, Buffalo now is set to face a backup quarterback-led Los Angeles Chargers, the AFC basement-dwelling New England Patriots, and the Miami Dolphins, who the Bills put up 48 actually. The Bills cannot overlook anyone, but that's a more positive outlook thanks to these wins over the Cowboys and Chiefs the last 2 weeks. And that's the end of that article. And thank you so much, Bills Wire. But yeah, man, you can't overlook any opponent. This is the NFL. You know the saying, any given Sunday or Saturday or Monday, whatever day the NFL's deciding to put us on that game, or Thursday. But no, listen, we play the Chargers Saturday. I get it. They're down to like their backup quarterback. They're down to an interim head coach and a interim GM, right? They're a hot mess right now. But you're still playing in LA, right? They got nothing to lose, right? So the Bills cannot be relaxed. The Bills got to go to LA, take care of business, and get out of there, with a win and hopefully no injuries, and then go home, play the Patriots, take care of business there. It's still a Bill Belichick team, right? Even though they got 3 wins, they're still going to bring everything they got against us. They're a division game, so you know how that goes. We need to take care of business at home, and then we do that. We go to Miami. We've played them before. We understand what they're about. They're banged up right now. Their offensive line's banged up. Tyreek Hill's banged up. They got some tough games coming up in Dallas this weekend, Baltimore. They got to play at Baltimore the following weekend, and then us. So who knows what they'll be like, but I know they got a rough stretch of games, and then they got us. So it's a big possibility we run the table. I believe we will. And I believe Miami will either lose to Dallas or Baltimore and lose to us week 18, which would mean the Buffalo Bills will win the AFC East for the 4th straight time and get into the playoffs. So that's the ultimate goal, get into the dance, and we go from there. So, guys, what do we learn? We learned that this team is not to be fucked with, right? We learned that this Buffalo Bills team, when they play right, the right way, is probably the most dangerous football team in the NFL. I mean, they're right up there, okay? I get San Francisco right now is probably the best team right now overall, but anything can happen in the playoffs, guys. You saw it last year. They were the most dangerous team as well, and then they got kicked out. So anything can happen in the playoffs. It's about who's going in hot. So right now, the Bills are trending up. We're starting to heat up. We're starting to cook up, right? And, listen, they got something to play for. They got motivation now, right, with the whole article on McDermott. And if that's what made, that fire get lit, that's great. If Von Miller, if the fire was lit because of the allegations towards you, then so be it. But he is also playing better since, I hate to say it, since the incident. So, that if that's what was needed, it is what it is. If Ken Dorsey being fired, like everything that's happened kind of badly in a way is turning out to be good, which is really weird, but I'll take it. I will take it if this gets us to the playoffs and gets us to a Super Bowl and ultimately wins us a Super Bowl, because that is the goal. And I told you guys from the get-go, we know that Sean McDermott can get us to the playoffs. We know that, right? He's been our coach now 7 seasons, right? He's gotten us to the playoffs, 5 out of 6 years. We know what he can do. We know we can win the AFC East. But what we don't know yet is if we can make it to a Super Bowl, because we've struggled in the playoffs. I need to see that change, because the goal is, guys, the goal's never been just, the Bills are a good team, but I'm happy about that. Like, no, man. Like, that shouldn't be, you shouldn't be happy with the Bills just being a good team. You want a Super Bowl. Like, that is the ultimate goal. And that's it. And I'm not being spoiled here because, we've been good lately. It doesn't mean anything if you don't win a Super Bowl. So, we need to win a Super Bowl. Sean McDermott needs to win a Super Bowl. And you know what? I will come on here and I will say, I will do a video saying I was wrong. I'm sorry. Sean McDermott was the guy. He is the guy. And I hope to God, I pray to God that he does that. And I'm at that Buffalo Bills parade, you know. And like I said, I'll do that video right away. I'll say how dumb I am and how wrong I was. And we'll see. But the players seem to be rallying right now behind Sean McDermott. And I'll tell you what, that's awesome to see. That's really, really good to see, and I'm glad that that's happening right now. I'm glad that they're rallying and defending their coach, getting behind him, and maybe that was a boost that was needed. I don't know. But Bills Mafia, we will be live. Me and Mikey will be live Friday at 7 o'clock, Friday Night Lights, and then we will be moving to Nickel City Mafia at 8 p.m. for a special holiday podcast. You don't want to miss that. So we'll explain to you everything on Friday when we're on our podcast at 7, how things are going to go. Tonight at 7:30 is Nuclear Heat Wave Wrestling Podcast. If you like wrestling, they're awesome. And then look out for more videos as well. So if you, like I said before, if you want to get merch, the link is in the description. If you want to join Mafia Sports Report, the link is in the description. Bills Mafia, I love you. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.